What's up, guys? It's your boy WF Colonel representing WF Madden, and we got another great Madden tip for you guys today. If you don't know, this channel is about Madden tips, Madden gameplay, Madden breakdowns, anything that can improve your game in Madden 20. But today's tip is a very great tip, but before we even get into that, let's talk about requested tips. Now that's exactly what this tip today is. It's a requested tip. Now if there's anything specifically that you guys as the viewers, as my fam, want to know, want to learn how to improve in anything in Madden 20, go ahead, leave a requested tip idea in the comments. Anything you want to see. I do this channel for you guys to help you guys improve your Madden game. Without y'all, I am nothing. That's why I do the channel. So if you got anything you want to see, let me know. Now let's get into today's requested tip. Now today's tip, my man wanted to know what are some good passing plays. What is a good passing play that you can throw out of a run heavy formation? Because obviously everyone knows the run is super effective in Madden 20, and a lot of people want to stay in run formations and just pound the ball as much as possible. But you do need some alternative if you want to put the ball in the air. Everyone needs something like that. And for today's tip, we're going to take a look at the Dallas Cowboys playbook, the Singleback Wing Tight formation, and the actual pass play that we're going to take a look at is the stick nod vertical play that you see on your screen, the Y button. But before we get into that specific play, this formation is a really good run formation because you still have the HB dive, you got the HB zone weak, which you can flip left and right, which can be paired if you don't want to run the stretch alert, because the stretch alert you can only run to the strong side. So if you want to run more towards the weak side, you still got that HB zone weak option, and you got the 26 duo, which was an amazing run play in Madden 19. It's not as good in Madden 20, but it's still a pretty good run play for short yardage situations, and you still got the counter play with the HB belly weak. So there's a lot of alternatives that you can go to for running the ball, but let's talk about the pass. That's what everyone wants to see, is what we got for the pass. Now let me get back to the formation. Wing tight, stick nod vertical, that's the play. Bam bam. And since everyone likes to have everyone's run defense is really based around, you're gonna see cover 4, but mainly when you get into heavy formations, you're gonna see a lot of man coverage. So let's just come out and cover one hole. But yeah, the setup for this play is very simple. All you got to do is you streak your A tight end, your inside tight end, to your right side of the field. That's the only setup, and then you will motion out your B wide receiver, and then you'll snap the ball before he's set. So the reads pretty much are gonna go as follows. Once you snap the ball, once you motion your B wide receiver to the right side, you're going to look initially to the B tight end to see if it's man or zone coverage. Then from there, you'll go back to X, which is your crossing route underneath, and then you'll see if you have any opportunities to hit the seams or the option route from the Y tight end, and then you have a check down as your running back. But let's get into the how the play works against man coverage. As you see, we came out the huddle, cover 1. And then keep in mind, cover 1 or man coverage is the main defense that you will see to stop the run. And like money. That's why I love this so much. I love this play so much, because it just obliterates man coverage, especially if you got a guy that doesn't know what's going on defense. He just hops into, like a lot of people do, they just hop into defensive plays that you see high-level players run. They don't know specifics, and they'll just get burnt from this play every single time. You can run this all up and down the field until they counter it. So your first read, as I went over, is going to be your tight end. You're going to be seeing, is it man coverage or zone coverage? You pretty much, by looking at B, you'll be able to see what's going on around the field. And by the other routes, you have a seam route here. So the way this guy reacts to the seam and the way that this guy reacts to your wheel route, that'll tell you exactly what the coverage is. So once you get used to seeing man or zone coverage, you'll be able to tell it's man coverage, and you'll just be able to know, do I have this wheel? It's that simple. And guess what? It's going to beat man coverage. This is like your number 3 tight end right here. This is even like your best guy. So he's going to just burn. I think he's the number 1 and number 2 corner from Tampa Bay. He's just going to smoke him for the big gain down the field. And like what I like to do is I like to click on and make a user catch. because that way you'll be able to run away from the coverage even more. So that opens things up so much. But for whatever reason, if they take it away with like a user cover defender and they like get hip to that you have this route on the field, that's when you will move to something like your underneath crosser with your drag by your outside left wide receiver. Especially if you have a really good dude that can get open on this play, like a faster guy, you're really gonna be able to put them in a situation where, like, let's say hypothetically this guy's gonna be user covered. Do you take away the big play and then know that you got this drag underneath hitting you for some pretty decent yardage as well? You're in a bad spot. So that's what man coverage will show you, that you got a bunch of options against man coverage. Let's hop to a cover 3 sky. Now I'm going to run the play, take a sack, and then I'll show you the options from that you have against the defense. Same exact setup. So, very same reads. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, you're going to be looking at the wheel route first. You're going to be, by seeing the wheel route, you're going to be able to tell man or zone coverage. Especially if you see this guy floating around here and you see this happening right here, you already know man coverage. And zone coverage. And depending on which year of Madden you're playing, Madden 19, Madden 18, you can get this throw off to the wheel route. Any Madden before this year, you can get this throw off to this wheel route, get a successful catch. Madden 20, you're not going to be able to. The computer, they automatically give you this inaccurate throw if you try to throw this against zone coverage quickly. So you already know this will not be an option. So like I said before, you move your eyes over to this situation right here, because you got both of these tight ends on the inside pushing the defense vertically. They're pushing the defense deep, allowing the underneath route to run underneath. So this is your second read. He's going to be a very safe read. For whatever reason, if one of these guys take away this drag, understand that one of these guys has to take away the drag. It has to happen. That'll leave one of these guys open up the seams. So it's just whatever the defense does, you have a counter to it. And there's no real way to simulate the defense doing that. You just have to understand that if one of these guys, sinks down and takes away the drag, you got whichever representative tight end running deeper so you can possession catch it, easy game. That's when at least you have a check down in the flats. Let's say everything's covered. He's just gonna post up, sit down right here, nice and neat, and just check it down. He's a nice check down receiver. Let's hop into cover 2, Tampa 2. Same exact read, same exact setup, guys. Same situation too. Pretty much the same situation as cover 3. And you can see it working. Like I said before, your first read is going to be that outside right tight end. You'll be able to tell man or zone. By the safety work, the linebacker work, the corner work, you tell it's zone coverage. Now I'm going to hop into this play and show you guys some throws, because it's important that you see that these throws can be made. But you'll be able to see, okay, it's cover 2. You will be able to determine, I should be able to get this wheel route down the field later. But if you really want to get the ball at your hands quickly, move your eyes down here to this crossing route, the shallow cross, which is the same situation as cover 3. He's going to be naked. If he's not naked, that means one of these guys in their hook zones took him away, and that's going to open them up. But alternatively, this guy right here against cover 2, he's going to convert his option route. Instead of running a natural seam, he's going to run a post, which is very important depending on what this guy does. If he takes away the drag, then that post is going to be open right underneath in that voided area. Around this time right here, when the post breaks to the middle, he will be wide open if this defender right here were to take the drag. So the drag's naked all the time if they just play it straight up. And if someone takes away the drag, that option route post is going to be there. But we're gonna show you guys the star of the show against cover 2, which is this wheel route right here. So we're gonna hop into cover 2 again and just show you that it can be thrown. It's Tampa 2. It's gonna be even more open in if they play hard flats. So you really just wait for him to clear, You can possession catch this down the sideline, especially if you have a better throw from your quarterback. You may be able to kind of swerve catch it and stay in bounds. But you're really just waiting for this guy. Once you recognize zone coverage, and then okay, you diagnose this cover two because the corner's sitting on this route right here. You're looking for him just to kind of, if he's even, he's leaving kind of deal. So as soon as you see that, he's kind of even and he's pushing past, and this guy's sitting right here, it's cover two when you try to fit it into the window between him and the safety. This seam route kind of holds the safety, which works in the favor of this wheel route. So like I mentioned, if you got a little bit better of a throw, or have the option to swerve catch it, you could be keeping on running down the sideline. So this is a very powerful route against cover two. Let's hop into cover 4 quarters, which is another common defense that you'll see in run heavy formations. Same exact setup. I'm just gonna hold on to the ball, take a sack, show you guys the reads. And you should be able to see what's going on, especially once I've showed you cover 2 and cover 3. Same situation, same reads. You're gonna be reading this guy, man or zone. Okay, it's zone coverage. I've diagnosed the zone, and at this point in time, it's not a cover 2 because he's sitting far back. So you pretty much just take your eyes off of this read right here. This read is dead. So you move your eyes to your second read, which is the underneath a drag crossing route. It's wide open because this player right here, he's gaining depth because he knows he has a seam route here. He's going to gain depth and try to close that alleyway between both of these guys running up the seams. So that allows you to run underneath for the easy drag. But also, like you see right here, he kind of gets his 3-rec, his zone coverage. He sees, okay, the drag is here at this point, but it's an easy throw. You can throw and catch this all day long. Easy money for you. So he kind of sinks down off of that. And you got the safety that converts to man coverage in cover 4 quarters with this guy. So you will be able to get this post off, especially if you have a really good route running tight end in this position. Now, who is this? This is Schultz, which I'm not really familiar with him, but I think he is he probably is the second tight end. But especially if you have a really good tight end at this position, this is a really good catch because it converts to man coverage. So I've shown you guys a very good alternative. This is a really good formation because I've showed you guys the run plays that you have available to you in this formation in the Dallas Cowboys playbook. And there's a lot of other playbooks as well. I've seen this play floating around in a couple of different playbooks. So you got the Dallas Cowboys playbook, you got the ability to run the ball, and I've shown you man coverage, which you will mainly see as a run defense. It just torches man coverage. I've shown you cover 4, which is the second most famous defense that you will see to stop the run. I've shown you cover 3 and cover 2, so you got everything you need to just beat the defense with the pass. Mix this in with your run play, with your run games, which I mentioned before, and it should be easy money to move the ball up and down the field against defenses that are designed to stop the run. It's your boy WF. If you like this video, go ahead and thumbs up. If you love the video, subscribe to your boy. I would greatly appreciate it. You're helping the channel out so much. And if you want to see any specialized tips for your scheme, your playbook, anything that you want to know about, just leave it in the comments. Let me know. It's your boy WF. I'm out, guys.